This is how we turn these switches from a row of 3 into a row of 4. They're modularized, that is, each little switch is a separate unit and they'll snap together. So what we're going to do, we want to make this one into 4. So the first thing we have to do is take the end off of it. This end is a cap, and it's the one with no holes. This is the end with holes. It's not the one we want. We want this end. So we're going to take that cap off. The easiest way is with an X-Acto knife, and you find the slit that joins them, and you just kind of stick that X-Acto knife in there on one side, give it a little twist to open it up, and then we flip it over and do the same on the other side. It's a little hard sometimes to see that slit. You have to kind of poke around a little and find it. Give it a little pry, and sometimes you need a little screwdriver or something to get that last little bit of it off. Pop it off of there. Like that. Now you see the insides of the switch, of the connector. And now we're going to take, this is another one I've already taken one off of. We're going to take another one off of this one. Same idea, only this time we're working on the end that's not the cap, because we want the switch, or the connector rather. So we do the same thing here. Be careful when you're doing it not to push too hard, because you actually cut the little pins that are inside there. You don't want to do that. Pop that guy off. Now we take the first one, we take the second one, and by the way, I'm going to show you now, it didn't happen, but sometimes these things will come loose as you're working with them like that. If that happens, you have to be sure that you get it seated back properly. You see this tiny little slit right here? There's a tab underneath there, and those have to line up. So you have to get that to go back down on that tab, like so, and make sure it's seated in there before you assemble it again. So that's ready. We put this on top of it, just sort of stack it lightly there. And we take the cap, we're going to put that back on. Notice there's 2 holes here and 1 hole there, and those correspond to the tabs on the corner there. We set that back on there. Then we just give it a good hard push, and it all snaps back together. And now we have a connector with 4 springs. And finally, we're going to put the spring-loaded connectors onto the circuit board. So to do that, we take this off just to get it out of our way. And we're going to put 3 of these on. It doesn't matter what order you do them in. And they're going to go into these sets of holes like this. Slip right in there, flip it over, and solder it. It's a little, you have to double check when you solder because these are not sitting flat. So as before, let's do the corners. We'll do this one and that one. And we turn it over and make sure that thing got down flat and it didn't bump up or something while we were soldering it. If it is, you can just sort of hold it, squeeze it, and touch that solder and press it down again. Get it nice and tight against the board. And then we continue and solder all the pins.